Hello, everyone. My name is Zulfiqar, and welcome to another episode of Income Investors. With me today is John Whitefoot with another exciting income pick. If you want to read more about what John writes on a regular basis, you can head to incomeinvestors.com, or you can find the link to the website in the description below. This early April stock market sell-off put a lot of great stocks in even better trading range. The Liberation Day crash also kicked a lot of overvalued stocks to the curb too. After all, when it comes to the stock market, a rising tide lifts all boats. The key is to separate the wheat from the chaff and locate the best high-yielding income stocks. One great stock that hit a record high in weeks leading up to the April sell-off is Orchid Island Capital Inc. They're traded on New York Stock Exchange under symbol ORC. The company's share price was juiced by fourth quarter earnings beat, solid estimated first quarter results, and environmental friendly to mortgage REITs, or mREITs for short. John?
Yeah, thanks, Mo. Orchid Island Capital is, as you mentioned, mREIT that invests in residential mortgage-backed securities that are known as MBSs on a leveraged basis. Now, income it generates for distribution to its shareholders comes from the difference between the yield on the mortgage assets and the cost of borrowing. Now, the company's portfolio is made up entirely of highly liquid agency fixed rate pass-through securities, interest-only securities, and principal-only securities.
Looking at the numbers here, I see that Orchid had a solid 2024.
Yeah, for the fourth quarter ended December 31st, 2024, Orchid Island reported net income of $5.6 million or 7 cents per share. It also reported net interest income of $8.1 million or 10 cents per share. Now, during the quarter, Orchid increased its average agency RMBS portfolio to $5.3 billion from $5 billion in the third quarter. Orchid ended the quarter in a strong liquidity position with, I think it was $353.6 million in cash and cash equivalents. For full year 2024, Orchid reported net income of $37.8 billion or 57 cents per share. And now it's a massive improvement over the 2023 loss of $39.2 million or a loss of 89 cents per share. Net interest income for the full year was $5.3 million or 8 cents per share. Looking at the first quarter, Orchid Island expects to report net income of 18 cents per share.
If you like what you see so far, check out incomeinvestors.com. While you're there, you could also sign up for our free special report titled 3 Income Stocks to Own Today. One of those stocks currently has a dividend yield of 12.7%. You can find the link to incomeinvestors.com in the description below. And now back to the video. And John, I see that it maintained its payout at 12 cents per share.
Looking ahead, management also said it will continue to make regular monthly cash distributions. This shouldn't be a big surprise. It needs to distribute at least 90% of its taxable income to shareholders as a dividend to maintain its REIT status. In April, it declared a monthly dividend of 12 cents per share or $1.44 per share on an annual basis for a pretty massive forward dividend yield of 21.18%.
Looking at the ORC stock, it has a strong double-digit upside ahead.
ORC stock was on a nice run in the opening weeks of 2025. In late January, ORC stock popped in step with a broader based stock market rally, eventually hitting a new 52-week high of $9.01 per share on February 21. Now, it continued to hover around that level until April 2nd, when stocks tumbled on concerns about how tariffs will impact the U.S. economy. Now, stocks have recovered a little since then, after President Trump hinted he will soften tariffs on China. Orchid's shareholders liked what they heard, sending ORC stock up almost 8% over the last trading days. Now, that's at least of this recording. That's the good news. Despite the decent near-term gains, ORC stock is still down 10% over the last 3 months. I think it's like 7.5% year-to-date and 5% over the last 12 months. Brighter days could be ahead. Conservative Wall Street analysts have provided a 12-month share price target of $9.50 per share.
John, thank you so much for your insights. Orchid Island Capital is a mortgage REIT with a growing portfolio of RMBS. In the fourth quarter, it swung to profitability of $37.8 million, and it increases agency RMBS portfolio to $5.3 billion. It also provided solid guidance for the first quarter. While the threats of higher interest rates are generally bad for mREITs, Orchid Island agency securities are generally fixed rate 30-year and 15-year securities. It hedges, meanwhile, have a longer duration bias, which protects portfolio against an unanticipated rise in long-term rates. Still, lower interest rates are good for Orchid Island because it can borrow money at much better terms, all of which bodes well for Orchid Island and its monthly dividend. That's it for today, and make sure to go to incomeinvestors.com now to get our free special report on 3 income stocks to own today. One of those stocks currently has a dividend yield of 12.7%. You can find the link to incomeinvestors.com in the description below. We'll be back with more income picks soon, so stay tuned. And in the meantime, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Goodbye for now.